Alright, cool, here we go. So I have this game that I'm going to use kind of to replace the vlog footage for today. I do have a lot of vlog footage that I want to get out there, but I'm getting a little bit swamped with work, so I figured I would spend maybe 10 to 15 minutes just sort of playing this game and then giving my thoughts kind of in a vlog format, just me kind of spouting out my thoughts on the Royal Rumble from last night. I was really excited for the Royal Rumble, and there are a lot of mixed feelings about it, and I kind of feel the same way. So I'm going to get into those thoughts while I sort of give my thoughts as well about this game, WWE Champions. So this is the new game. It's one of the top trending games right now, obviously, because anything that WWE puts out usually gets to the top of the charts for at least a little while, maybe about a week or two. And this game is really kind of popular, and people seem to like it quite a bit. I've already played a little bit of it. Essentially, it's like a puzzle RPG where you have people fighting at the top and you cause damage or you cause things to happen at the top based upon your solving of different puzzles. Basically, it's like Candy Crush. You have to match 3 or more of the same shape and color together, and then that makes stuff happen up in the top part of the screen where there's an actual match happening. There are a lot of superstars or wrestlers here, and we have a ton of them, all from different eras and whatnot. And we even have wrestlers who are not in WWE anymore, which I thought was pretty hilarious. You have people like Stardust right over here, and old Attitude Era people like Stone Cold or Original Undertaker or Original Shawn Michaels even. And there are a lot of wrestlers here. Actually, maybe Shawn Michaels is not in here, but there are a lot of wrestlers that they are still going to unlock, or that can still be unlocked in the game. And they come from all different places. So these are the people that I have right now. I do have Dean Ambrose, NXT version, so he's not wearing his jeans or anything like that. We also have The Rock, who I did use for a match not too long ago. Even Director of Operations Kane, which I think was pretty funny. And I just got Triple H of the Authority just by doing a free loot box, which looks like a Money in the Bank suitcase. That is over here on the right side, where you see 3 hours and 38 minutes. It does reload after a while, so you get some free stuff every so often without even having to play the game too much. But there are a lot of different layers to this game, especially with all the different superstars. And if I head over to the battle area, there are going to be some tours, some limited time things that are happening, like a lot of different events that are based on things like Monday Night Raw, or yesterday they had, yesterday was the last day rather, to do the campaign for the Royal Rumble. So there were a lot of things that were sort of themed based upon that. But the story mode, as it were, is here in the road, where you start off in the NXT area and you fight the NXT versions of a lot of different wrestlers, which you move on to a live tour, to a European tour, summer showdowns, and all these different elements, all these different tours, as they call them, to go up against a lot of different superstars. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into there, and once I start this game, I'm going to talk about my thoughts about the Royal Rumble. So I'm actually trying to get 3 stars on a lot of the stuff, mainly 2 stars at the very least, which is funny because I got to the main event and I got 3 stars easily against Seth Rollins. So let's see if we can get more against NXT Cesaro right here. So I'm gonna hit go. Now, there is one thing to keep in mind here. If I were to press up here, you'll see that each superstar has a certain amount of health. Your superstars have health as well, and if they get low, you have to let them regenerate on their own. I don't know what the rate is, but that's the way that they get you to stop playing. So you don't necessarily have like an energy bar like a lot of other games have, that you have to then stop and wait for the energy to come back. It's the health of the superstars. But with that in mind, I can show you here by bringing up The Rock, who, I mean, unfortunately, I had to exit the game in the middle of my match, so that's why his health is so low. But you'll see down here on the bottom that you have health packs that you get as you level up overall in the game that you can use to heal your superstars right away. There are daily challenges and everything like you saw up there, so those are ways of getting some extra things. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the battle. So I think it's an enjoyable game, especially for anybody that wants a more casual mobile game, because I already have WWE 2K17, I've played WWE Immortals, and there are a lot of really deep games. It's nice to see that there's a more casual game that is really geared towards the mobile crowd, especially because of this, the Candy Crush style. So you just have to match a bunch of icons together, and you can see it gives you those hints. But of course, if you do more than 3, then better things start to happen. And you can also get these crates, and if you eliminate these crates in the puzzle map, then you can get some extra stuff using that. So I'm going to go ahead and just start off by doing some damage here. Okay, so he's going to get a 1-up on me for now. So yeah, you just kind of have to do this, and as you can see underneath on the bottom of the fight screen, you'll see these icons here. And by eliminating gems of these color, you can raise the bar a little bit here, and each time you raise the bar, you'll be able to see it, and if they're full, you can use these signature moves or the finisher, and the finisher will automatically pin the opponent. And when you pin the opponent, they have to eliminate gems in such a way that there's enough damage done so that you can kick out of the pin. But anyway, I've already spent enough time talking about the game. You can just sort of watch me play this here. I thought that the Royal Rumble was enjoyable. I actually was watching it all the way through last night, and I had a good time watching it. But then, of course, as is usually the case when it comes to stuff like the internet, once you go online, you realize, based upon other people's opinions, just how crappy it was. So that was sort of the problem that I had with the Royal Rumble, was that I enjoyed it because the actual wrestling itself was really fun to watch, and it was really good, especially the John Cena AJ Styles match. But the problem that came up after the fact was we realized that this is a lot of the same. We're continuing storylines that we've seen before, we're continuing matchups that we've seen before, and that was really apparent after the Royal Rumble was actually finished. Obviously, we have, if you haven't watched it already, then these are spoilers, but you would end up watching it tonight anyway on Monday Night Raw. Basically, you have Randy Orton winning the Royal Rumble when I thought it should have been Bray Wyatt, honestly. And it would have been a lot more fun if it was Bray Wyatt, because we need some fresh faces in the main event scene. But Randy Orton won, and then John Cena got the title back, which I thought was a bit of a cop-out, because, I mean, I know that we're basically, WWE is expecting all of us to know that John Cena is going to be the best. He's always going to be. And if he's in the twilight of his career right now, then of course he'll probably surpass Ric Flair with 16 world title wins. But at the same time, it's just going to be Randy Orton and John Cena again at WrestleMania. I mean, we still have a couple of months until WrestleMania, so of course those things can change. There could be some new elements that are introduced, like AJ Styles, hopefully. I think AJ Styles deserves a WrestleMania moment, and he could do that by becoming the third person in what could be a great triple threat match. So that's kind of the frustration that I can see everyone having right now. I'm going to use a signature move right now after he does this. So the cool thing is when you use your signature moves, they don't count towards your they don't count towards your turn, so you can actually use everything if you wanted to at once. And my problem when I'm playing this game is that I'm always trying to get the crates, when in reality I should just focus on winning as soon as possible, because if you have a lot of health, you get extra crates that can then, you know, get you better stuff if you were to get enough of the crates. And if they are in danger, if you've already depleted all of their health, then you can easily, the crates don't come. You can easily pin them without them being able to kick out. I might want to do that again, but I'm going to move forward with the storyline, or rather the tours, rather. But on top of John Cena and Randy Orton being the ones that we'll have in the main event at WrestleMania, the other thing that's frustrating is that we have so many of the old guard still around. So The Undertaker is probably going to have a program with Roman Reigns, which a lot of people I know are going to be pissed off about because they don't like Roman Reigns. I like Roman Reigns a lot. I do understand what the hatred is when it comes to him, but I still enjoy watching his matches. And I think everyone needs to lay off just a little bit when it comes to Roman Reigns. But I need an acrobat, so that's probably going to be Seth Rollins. Yes, only Seth Rollins. So this shouldn't be a very difficult battle. So I have to remember, just go straight for the win. And yeah, hopefully AJ Styles will inject himself, and if it's Roman Reigns versus Undertaker, then who knows, maybe Undertaker will win. But everyone thinks that Roman Reigns is going to win at WrestleMania. And then of course we have Goldberg and Brock Lesnar, who are probably going to have the end of their program at WrestleMania, which is another frustrating thing because we've seen that before too. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Goldberg and I think it's hilarious, all of the ways that he's just sort of screwing over Brock Lesnar. They're really making it clear that wrestling mentality is still king when compared to somebody like Brock Lesnar, who in real life could probably kick Brock Lesnar's ass pretty handily. Yeah, there you go. So we're going to hit a 4 right now, and it kills the entire row, so that's good. I have a couple of... Oof, he did his finisher. And I have to... Okay, so here I am getting pinned. So I need to ensure that I get enough damage in so I can do that. That's 2 different groups. There you go, kicked out. So yeah, those are just my quick thoughts on it. I just wanted to put that out there while playing this game a little bit to kind of show you, this is a kind of a fun game that you can play. And I'm trying to think of what else happened during the show. I mean, they hyped up so much the big guys like Undertaker and Goldberg and Brock Lesnar and even Braun Strowman, and they all got eliminated kind of easily. So the question was, where does that take all of those superstars moving forward? So it's a valid question, and of course when it comes to Raw and SmackDown right now, Raw, if you're watching this today on this Monday, Raw is probably happening right now, and my biggest hope is that leading up to the next pay-per-view, we're going to see the return, or rather the debut of a couple of superstars from NXT. That's the one thing that I really wanted to see. Number 30 being Roman Reigns was a big cop-out because I was hoping it was Finn Balor coming back. And unfortunately, that wasn't the case, and it was really frustrating to see that Roman Reigns came out, even though I like Roman Reigns. I'll go and change. Do I want to change that? No, I don't want to change that. Let's change... Well, that's kind of the only one that you can really change to blue. There you go. So I'll do that. There you go. And then pin. If you're already in danger, if your opponent is already in danger and you kill off like 4 gems even, like it'll go straight to the finisher, especially if it's the same color. I only got 2 stars in there. Anyway, those are just my thoughts on it. Hopefully Samoa Joe appears tonight on Monday Night Raw, and hopefully Finn Balor comes back sooner rather than later. It was funny that he put out that Instagram post reminding everybody just all of the different injuries he sustained when he had to leave. So, of course, he wasn't going to be back right away because that's how severe his stuff was. But hopefully he's back sooner rather than later, because I personally just hope that there are some fresh faces in the main event scene, because that's something we haven't had in a little while. But yeah, that'll pretty much do it for this. I just want to do something kind of quick and short just to make sure I have some content to kind of bring out to you guys. And I wanted to test out this Google Play Games recording. I kind of have a janky way of doing the game audio and the microphone audio because using Google Play Games on its own doesn't do game audio. So that's something that you guys, if you're looking to do some gaming on your smartphone via Android, that's something you should kind of keep in mind. Maybe I'll share what the sort of, it's not really that big of a secret, but I'll share it sometime in the future. But yeah, that was WWE Championship, WWE Champions. That was the new game here that we were taking a look at. So there you go. Yeah, I'll probably play this a little bit more and just kind of talk about wrestling if I feel like doing that. Basically, let's just hope that new guys come back and the old guard sort of step aside just a little bit, just so that they can have their matches, and I'm sure they're going to be really fun to watch. But if WrestleMania is just going to be all the same of that kind of stuff, then that's a little bit frustrating. I mean, not even Baron Corbin is going to get into the main event at all, when I think he's been doing a pretty good job as the kind of like anti-hero. Not really even anti-hero, he's just the kind of heel, the bad guy that doesn't have to fight dirty, and I think that's kind of refreshing. He's the only character that is kind of like that. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but looking forward to Raw and SmackDown. Raw tonight, SmackDown tomorrow, obviously, and who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? So stay tuned for more here at Tech and T, and maybe more mobile gaming, more of Uncharted, of course. And as you saw today, I also played Overwatch, so I'm going to try to play that more as well. So yeah, stay tuned for more vlogs, more structured content coming in the near future, and hopefully you guys can stay tuned and subscribe to my channel, because this is just where I like to have a little bit of fun, and you guys can come along for that ride.